Alrighty guys, what's going on? Bit of a different video this one. They just released a patch, version 1.0.3 I believe. v1.03. Right, so pretty much this video we're just going to be reading over the patch notes. I'm not going to go through everything and test everything out. We're just going to be reading through it and just seeing what's in there. So this has just come out. This is released by Bandai Namco for Elden Ring. So they've got it under three subheadings: bug fix, additional elements added, and balance changes. I had a quick read through the balance changes. It looks like there's going to be some things in there that are going to upset the speedrunners maybe, but we'll see how that goes. So pretty much we'll start at the top of the list in additional elements added. So they've got written, first dot point, added a function to record an icon and the name of an NPC on the map when you encounter that NPC. So that's pretty cool. The next one is added NPC, jar ban. I don't know how you say that, but not really sure what that one's about. We'll find out. Added a new quest phases for the following NPCs: Dialos, Nefili Lu, Kenneth Haight, and Gatekeeper Gostok. Now, I do apologize if I get all these names super duper wrong. But yeah. The next one is added some summonable NPCs in multiple situations. So these are a little bit vague, these patch notes, but I'm sure we'll see more of this stuff come out once it's been tested and see how it affects the game. Increase the number of patterns of objects player can imitate when using Mimic's Veil. So that's interesting. And they also got added night background music for some open field area. So that's kind of cool. Bit of a quality of life change there. So the next subheading they go into is bug fixes. Now, if you're probably wondering what I'm doing in the game right now, I'm just kind of running around in circles while I'm reading this. So anyway, bug fixed is the title. So the first one is fixed a bug that prevents summoned NPCs from taking damage in some boss battles. I've not come across that. It sounds pretty overpowered if there was a way that you could actually exploit that. But the next one is fixed a bug that sometime prevented the player from obtaining item after boss battle. So that would be really shitty. So that's a good one that they fixed. I haven't had that happen to me. Fixed a bug that caused dialogue to be skipped when talking to NPCs and using custom key configurations. Haven't had that one either. There's a lot of very unlucky bugs here. Fixed a bug that caused players... Fixed a bug that causes the player to freeze when riding. I think I have had this actually. It was very frustrating. Fixed a bug that causes arcane to scale incorrectly for some weapons. So I think that's a big one people are going to be really looking at. Because I got a feeling there's a few weapons that are a little bit broken because of this. They're just not really working properly. What else have we got? In situation where the player cannot obtain more than 2 talisman pouches, added talisman pouch to Twin Maiden Husk's shopline. So that's cool. That is really cool. Fixed a bug that prevented the user from warping to sites of grace from the map at the end of the game. Kind of not one that's really gonna bug you too much until you finish the game, but that's definitely frustrating, so it's good they fixed that. Fixed a bug that prevented the player from moving to the next area after the battle with the fire giant. That, I have not had that, but that would just drive me nuts because that battle sucks. If you haven't fought the fire giant yet, it's rough. It is really rough. There is like a cheese method to doing that, but I mean, you may as well give it a go properly first before you do that. I mean, if that's your thing, go for it, but yeah, what else have we got here? So, fixed a bug which causes some weapons to have incorrect scaling after strengthening, so similar to the one before. So that's going to be, people are going to really enjoy that. There's certain weapons that are just kind of broken, and we can't really see their full potential just yet. Fixed a bug which causes some weapons to not use stat scaling. So very similar to the previous ones. Again, that's going to be good for certain weapons that we really want to try that we can't. Fixed hang-ups in certain occasions. Yeah, I don't really know what that means. I haven't experienced that. Or maybe I haven't, I just didn't even know. Fixed a bug which incorrectly displays multiplayer area boundary when playing online. Yeah, right, okay. I haven't. A lot of these I haven't seen. I'm guessing, obviously, a lot of people have been unlucky to see them. Fixed a bug that allows players to activate Erdtree Great Shield weapon skill without absorbing any attack using a special combination of item and incantation. Interesting. Fair enough. Okay. That applies to you, then they're fixing that. Fix the bug which causes Fire's Deadly Sin incantation to have different effect. Huh. A lot of bugs that I did not know about. A lot of people are getting very unlucky. Few more. Fixed a bug with the Ash of War Determination and Royal Knight's Resolve where the damage buff was also applied to other weapons without that skill. Fair enough. Adjusted the visual effect of Unseen from spell. Adjusted the visual effect of Unseen from spell. Yeah, okay. Deleted the Ragged Armor set from the game, which was mistakenly obtainable in previous patch. Huh, that's very interesting. Yeah, okay. So they've removed an armor set, the Ragged Armor set. Alright. Fixed a bug that causes some hostile NPCs to drop a Furl Calling Finger Remedy. I think I've had that, to be honest. I accidentally killed a lot of NPCs on a different build. Fixed a bug that causes incorrect sound effect to play in some situations. Fixed a bug which causes visual animation and hitboxes not to be displayed correctly on some maps. Fixed bugs which cause incorrect visual and behavior for some enemies. Fixed a bug that causes incorrect stat parameter for some armor. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Text fixes I'm guessing that's in the subtitles for like quests. And then they've just got a dot point other performance improvements and bug fixes. So that's interesting. So I think the one that people are more wanting to know about here is the balance changes. And this is where I think we're going to see a lot of those things that are overpowered be nerfed. And I've skimmed through it very quickly, and there's a couple there that is going to make a difference. So let's get into it. Increase the drop rate of smithing stones for some enemies. So that's actually a positive one for everybody, which is good because on my first playthrough, I did some smithing stone farming, and it was shit. It took forever. It was quicker to just progress through the game and get the bearing bells. So the next one, added smithing stone to some early game shop line. Added smithing stone to some early game shop liner. Okay, that's cool. Very cool, very cool. Increase shield effectiveness. That's awesome. That's very awesome. Increase the damage for all offensive cracked pot items. That's not something I use, but if you do use them, that's good for you. Increase the damage for the following items: Spark Aromatic and Poison Spray Mist. So I don't use them a lot. I was playing around a little bit with those, but not too much. Increase the effect duration of the following items: Uplifting Aromatic, Iron Jar Aromatic. That's it. Increased HP healing for Torrent when using the following items: Rower Raisin, Rower Raisin, Sweet Raisin, and Frozen Raisin. Reduced FP consumption and increased damage of the following sorceries: Glintstone Comet Shard, Comet, and Night Comet. Next on the list, they've got increased damage of the following sorceries: Gravity Well, Collapsing Stars, and Crystal Barrage. That's kind of cool. They've buffed a lot of things, so we may see a bit of a meta change here because they have decreased a few things as well, which we'll get to now. Raise projectile speed and range of Great Glintstone Shard. That's cool. Decreased Ash of War. Hoarfrost stomps damage and increase cast time. So that's the one that they're using. As far as I've seen, quite a few speedrunners are using that. Basically, they get it early game. It's the one where they stomp and frost, like icicles go across the ground. They're basically just spamming that on bosses and they're doing their speedrun. So that's going to upset the speedrunners, I reckon. What else have we got? Increased Ash of War. Bloody slashes self-inflict damage while slightly lowering the damage, increasing the cast time. Okay, that's kind of sucky. That, I guess it was OP. That's what I sort of used. It's my first kind of OP thing that I started using on the Uchigatana. Be interesting to see how... Oh, sorry, hang on. My brain had a meltdown. Increased Ash of War, Bloody Slash self-inflict damage while slightly lowering the damage and increased cast time. Yeah, so they've nerfed that. That sucks. I know a lot of people use that and do like that. So it's had a bit of a nerf. Decreased weapon skill, Sword of Night and Flame damage. That's, I know a lot of people are not going to be happy about that. So that's, get out of this NPC. So that's actually the sword I'm using right now. This one. So, a lot of people aren't going to be happy about this. I am. I'm glad they're nerfing this thing. It is a game breaker. It just allows, as soon as you've got it, it just allows you to cheese any boss, and you really don't get the true feeling of how difficult these bosses are. Like, you can just speedrun bosses with it. It's ridiculous. Although I know I'm using it now, but I've been making some videos on this account, so I'm not too worried about the lengthy fights. But yeah, anyway. Increased FP consumption and lower duration of Ash of War Barricade Shield. Interesting. I don't use that one, so I can't really comment. Changed FP consumption timing of Ash of War Prelate's Charge. I don't use that one either. Decreased the damage of Spirit Summon when using the item Mimic Tier Ash and changed the Spirit's behavior pattern. That's really interesting because the Mimic at the moment is ridiculous. If you're OP, your Mimic is even more OP. And the last one on the list there, other enemy and weapon balance changes. So this is probably going to really change the meta. All the videos out there that you've watched that are probably like, this is the OP build, rah, rah, rah. All that's probably about to change. So, but I mean, it's healthy. It's healthy for the game. Seeing these super OP stuff, it's very easy to just fly through the game if you know which items are correct to grab. It kind of takes away from the experience a bit, I think. But yeah, that's it. And then they just have a little note down the bottom. We will continue to provide improvement update in the future so you can enjoy Elden Ring more comfortably. Please stay tuned for more news. So yeah, when we get the next patch, we'll let you know.
Goodbye for now.
Obviously, yeah, this video has not been testing out all these things because it's just released. I've literally just updated the game myself and loaded back in. So yeah, I guess we're gonna see over the next couple of days, next week, what all these changes are, and there's going to be a lot of videos out there saying, you know, this is no longer overpowered, and we're probably going to see some new things come out, but or things like the Night and Flame are still very, very much overpowered. We will find out. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Cheers.